Hello, everybody. I'm here with Forest Parks Podcast. I'm Pastor Justin Saxton, and I have with me none other than Mr. Connor Fritz.
Yo, thank you for that.
Connor, quick introduction. You have been wanting an office in this church for about how long?
Well, I mean, honestly, 6 years, or right around, maybe a little bit more. Not going to lie.
And how did you finally get one?
Well, I found this thing that I can apply to be a worker here. So I applied, and somehow I got an office.
By the grace of God.
Oh, for sure.
No, we're happy to have you here, Connor. We're talking about families. This is our series on family dynamics. This is our last podcast on that series. And we're talking about the atypical, so they say, or the biblical normal family. Just where things aren't always perfect like people pretend they are. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a big family man. So my family's not the typical family. I have 11 brothers and sisters. So when people think of the normal family, it's maybe 3 or 4 kids, but we are very, very far past that. So really, yeah, that's my family. It's very different, and we formed from adoption. So I have 2 biological siblings, and then the rest are all amazingly welcomed in our home, and yeah, it's good.
That's cool. What's your position in your family? Where do you fit in?
My position. If you were to ask my siblings, I would be the nuisance that drives everyone a little bonkers. I'm always quick with a joke that really gets under people's skin in the right way. But I don't know.
In the most loving way?
Yeah, in the most loving way, always, every single time. But I think really I'm the humor, but always the quick to help in situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's your family handled COVID and school online and stuff like that, with everybody being home, or many people at least being home?
Dog, that was hard.
Really?
They're the abrupt transition. Well, I mean, it's different from the COVID shutdown in March to now, because my mom was teaching online, but she only had 13 kids, so it was easier to teach for my mom at home. But now that it's COVID shutdown in October, it's completely different because my mom is home, and she has 40 kids she has to teach, so she's working from 8 in the morning until 5, and now we have 11 kids bouncing downstairs and all over the house. So it's a little bit different and a little bit more of a struggle to teach 12 kids without a mom or without a dad in the house to be able to teach because they're both at work. So it's just a little struggle, but we're getting through.
Yeah. You just briefly mentioned your parents. Could you describe them and tell us a little bit more about who they are and what we should know about them?
I want to say the best mom and best dad in the world, not going to lie. So, Mom, if you're watching this, that's for you. But I don't know. I think I'm just blessed with great parents that are able to successfully and smoothly handle situations. And people compliment our family, and are like, you guys are great, but things are different behind closed doors. But it's very smooth, transitioned and just properly managed, I think. And I'm blessed with 2 parents that can properly manage amazingly.
And what about your dad? Tell us about your dad.
Oh, dog, my dad. I have the same humor as my dad. So, everything that I've learned 100% from him, and I'm blessed with that. So he is the jokes. He's the funny guy. A mix of good cop and bad cop, right where he's needed to be. But, yeah, he's part of the glue that holds us all together for sure.
That's cool. So what are some of the challenges and maybe some of the blessings of your family specifically?
Challenges. I think maybe because we're so big, it's hard to grow one-on-one relationships with everybody. So it's finding the unity in that is a little bit hard. But we're blessed that every night we could have a family dinner. So imagine having 14 people around one table. It's kind of nuts.
How big is that table?
Ridiculous. We just built a new one during COVID. But I'm blessed with family dinners that we could all just talk and have each night just one set time. But I mean, I guess that's still a struggle. And I think I'm finally getting to the age where I see that. So I'm more intentional pouring into each of my siblings, thriving for a more meaningful connection.
That's cool. So that's both a challenge and a blessing.
For sure.
Anything else that you would point out or like that you've noticed?
We go through food, dog. I think that's a blessing because it's always constantly changing, and I eat a lot. So, like, the refrigerator's always stacked because it has to be.
Only one refrigerator?
Well, 2 and then 3 freezers. It's kind of full. It's kind of
Okay.
full, not going to lie.
Well, that makes sense. You
It's
got to
always
feed
good.
those people, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. What about even simple things like going out to dinner, ordering, going different places with that many people? Is that ever a challenge?
No, yeah, it's not really a challenge. We don't really go out to dinner too much now because of the pandemic.
Sure.
And that's saved us a crap ton of money. Imagine not spending 12 people. Oh, it's nuts. But when we go out to eat, we make it special. So our favorite place as a family to go out to eat is Chick-fil-A. So we take the road trip, the holy pilgrimage, all the way to Holland to go to eat Chick-fil-A. And it's just so fun. It's just so good. Good time for our family to bond a little bit more over God's food.
That's a bold statement there.
I'm not going to lie. You could
Although
fact check me.
I can't
please.
argue with you, though.
Thank you,
I
thank
can't
you.
argue with you. So Pastor Ken mentioned the idea of a family embracing their past, but at the same time, moving forward, not holding on to things that have hurt you. How have you seen your family embrace the past, as different as it is for everyone in your family, but yet also move forward together?
Yeah, so all of my siblings came out of adoption, 90% of them. So everyone has their past. So I think it's been like insanely important to move on and like accept the past, and that everyone has had trauma, but we're all here to work through it together as a team, and everyone has to rely on each other nice and strong.
Does it take you a while to figure that out as a family? And I mean, what grade are you in right now?
I'm a freshman in college,
How old?
18.
So did you feel that way 4 years ago?
4 years ago, I did not feel that way, Justin.
So it's taken you,
A long time.
to figure that out and notice that. What's that look like for you now? As someone who can look in and say, oh, maybe I'm maturing. It's time for me to pour in.
I mean, really for me, it's just not saying all the things I wish I could say to my siblings all of the time. And I'm like, even like 2 days ago, there's a sibling that I don't get along with as well as the others, because I want to be able to pick fun at them. But now it's just not, and taking a step back and realizing that this is going to hurt the relationship more than build the relationship up.
So Pastor Ken also mentioned this, like even realizing what your triggers are, maybe knowing that
Absolutely.
this person's going to push your buttons a little bit or vice versa. You can realize that and be like, nope, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and try to build this relationship in a different way.
Sure.
That's cool. So what are some healthy practices that your family has come up with or adopted of their own?
Well, because we're always like together, and we always feel like on top of each other. So taking one-on-one time with ourselves and going for walks in the neighborhood or walking in the woods or just playing outside for just a little bit, it makes everything so much smoother when we come back. So we have a little bit of time to deep breathe and process the situation that is coming on.
That makes sense. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Like any other, even just healthy practices that your family does or things? Like you said, your family eats together around the table.
Oh, yeah,
every
we
night.
have.
How did that start?
That was just always a thing. Like when I was little, you just ate together, and it just never stopped. And I think maybe it's because we always have kids that need to eat, and so always around the same time. But dinner time, 5:30, you better be at the table, or there might not be food at the end. But I think my favorite family thing every night, we sit down by the TV and just have a little bit of quality time together. If that's watching VeggieTales to any little show on Netflix that little kids can watch, it's just a good time just to be around to each other.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Any other deep thoughts, Connor?
Well, I heard something a couple of days ago that was like, I have never seen two ugly Christians. Always, both of them got to be fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. That's my deep thought for today.
There you go. Nothing more fitting than that. All right. Well, thanks, Connor. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking.
My pleasure.
And
Thank you for having me.
Forest Park, we'll see you another time.